Hey there guys, and welcome back to Alex Invests. For those of you who don't know, I'm Alex. I'm a business owner with a degree in economics. I've been investing since I was 18 years old. Today, the markets are green. I think, again, I'm away, but I think at least for the EV industry, especially in China, the market is going to be green. And that's because of the bill that for me is going to tomorrow, but for you guys, that was yesterday, which basically is going to delist some companies in China that don't let their reports get audited. But here's the thing is we're not actually going to see the effect of this until multiple years down the road, which is something that most other YouTubers and sort of information out there doesn't really tell you, is that there's going to be no immediate effect here. So it's not like the NEOs and the Li Autos are going to be instantly delisted off of the US stock exchange. This is going to take time, and it's going to take time from those companies as well to be able to let their reports be audited by the US. So we're not going to see any immediate threat. So after that negative hype is over, I see the stocks bouncing back. So that's why by the time this video is posted, I'll have likely picked up more NEO shares myself, actually. But today we're going to talk about Plug Power. We're going to talk about their gigafactory that they have coming and what they're going to use some of their capital that they raised from their share offering for, as well as a few other things. But before we get into it, as always, please like and subscribe, guys. It really does help out the channel and it helps me create more content for you guys. So I just wanted to talk about the gigafactory quickly here. This was announced quite a while ago, about 2 months ago, that Plug is building a gigafactory, and this will be the world's first proton exchange membrane technology production facility. In 2024, the facility will achieve annual production of 60,000 fuel cell stacks and more than 1.5 gigawatts of power. Now, just to compare it, Tesla's Gigafactory 1, that's the one in Nevada, looks to have 24 gigawatt hours of output per year. So the number of plugs is obviously a lot smaller here, but so is the company. I mean, we got to take that into consideration. Regardless of that, Plug will still have a gigafactory producing a lot of output. And they say they're going to start production in late Q2 2021. So that is coming up as well here. And I think we're going to continue seeing growth and the stock price increase because of this new factory, especially when we get closer to the date of production. Now, the other thing that I wanted to mention about Plug, which I have not mentioned in my last video, is the deal that they have with Lind to start producing Class 6 and Class 8 vehicles. Now, generally, Plug has been in the material handling industry, making forklifts and stuff like that, but it seems that with this deal, they are getting into the e-mobility space as well. So this is going to be something to really look out for in this company moving forward. Now, the partnership with Universal Hydrogen is also quite interesting because they're using Plug Power's technology and a fuel cell based propulsion system in order to see if there are any ways to make engines for commercial aircrafts. Now, they've said that these aircrafts would only go up to 1,000 kilometers, so they are good for regional air travel. Now, this would be clean energy regional air travel, which could be very insane moving forward as well, but this is still a ways down the road. They have just started research on this and are nowhere near to this. But if you're looking far, far into the future, this is another aspect of Plug which is differentiated from the other companies in the hydrogen space, but also something that I can see growing into a major business. Now, more recently, on November 30th, Plug announced a deal with Gaussen to have a commercial suite of ProGen powered transport vehicles to market in 2021. That's basically a year or less away from coming to fruition. And this could again be Another big move for Plug. I'll place a picture of the vehicles right here, but they're basically terminal tractors and automated guided vehicles that will use the hydrogen produced by Plug Power from their PEM electrolyzer to target new cargo markets. And by cargo markets, they pretty much mean seaports, airports, mostly in Europe for now, shipping centers like that, and many other applications that I see for this moving forward. So another big thing, but it is important to mention that Gaussen is a pretty small company, and this might actually push them to become a bigger company as well. It's not a company I will be investing in, but it is something interesting to note. Now, I did talk about Plug's share offering in my last video and in a couple of other videos as well, actually, but what I never mentioned is what they're using most of this capital that they raised for. So they're actually using $1 billion of their $1.7 billion, which they have in cash currently, to accelerate their nationwide green energy hydrogen network. And this is basically to build 5 regional hydrogen facilities in the US, and the first 2 will be operational by 2022, with all 5 plants being operational in 2024. So again, not too far into the future, we see this company already making some very big movements here. And this again is going to allow Plug to decrease costs, increase production, and continue to build out that network for more revenue with their clean hydrogen. So again, we can see all the different markets that Plug is getting in here, and to try and become an industry leader and in at least a few of these spots. They're already an industry leader in the material handling aspect of hydrogen, but now they're trying to move into making entire hydrogen networks, as well as getting into e-mobility and even looking into making planes, you know? And I see this company really set for growth because of all these different markets that they're trying to penetrate. But of course, I do see them remaining an industry leader and a market leader in the specific materials handling space. And we can see that again with the Gaussen deal. All right, so now I just wanted to show you guys the month chart here for a minute, you know? Again, I drew this trend line here, but it's a bit messy, so we can't really see too much from this. But what's interesting to note, right, we see from sort of the 5th of November up to the 27th, we remained above the trend line. And then the second we got through here, you know, we came down, we retested twice here. And then after those retests not making it above the trend line, we see we come down, you know. And again, I see it staying at this kind of a level here. We see huge volume continued to be traded here in this stock, right? And that's why we're seeing so much big ups and downs here, big volatility, right? But do I see it coming much lower than the 24? Again, I mentioned over here that we wouldn't really get past or go below ever the $22 mark. So I don't see it coming down much more from here. I could see it maybe retesting at the sort of the $23.80, $24 mark, but I don't think we're going to come down below that. I do see pretty good resistance around there. So that's good to note. So from here, again, I do see maybe sort of a continuing of us staying below this trend line for a bit, but eventually we will break through and we're going to see a big uptrend here in the company, especially with some of the things they have going on here that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. You know, they are already a big company, but they're just making more and more moves to become bigger here. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for the video today. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please like, subscribe, leave me a comment. You know I love getting comments. And other than that, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys on Saturday.